Good morning, guys, and good evening wherever you are. This is Charities Bible USA, your #1 channel. Today is my first day of school. Actually, it's the second, but I'm calling it the first because the first day we had an online class, and because I want to remember this day and my last day. I was like, let me do a video. You know, memories are good, guys. And then I'm gonna talk about a little bit more about the questions that have come up on the video that I did about the photo. It's early in the morning. I have to drive 45 minutes to go to school. I think I know now I'll be doing my videos in transit because I might not have so much time in my hands, you know what I mean? So, but I'm gonna do all that I can because you know, making a video is not so many minutes. So I'm gonna try all that I can to keep up with everything, guys. So today's my first day of school, and oh my goodness, it's so much, guys. You know, when you are a parent and you want to go to school, but I always thank God for this opportunity, because if I was back in Kenya, I don't know, I wouldn't have had this chance, guys. You know, like life there is very, very different when you become an adult and you have kids. There is no that extra resources for you to be able to go to school, and that's why I'm always thankful to be here. First of all, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly consider subscribing. Kindly consider hitting that like button. You know, subscribe, you hit a button. Like, you hit a button. Just that, guys. You know, that goes a long way. That's the support. That gives me a lot of support when you guys... Oh my gosh, that guy is in a hurry. He just passed the red light. Oh my goodness. So, yeah, guys. So like I was saying, it's a good opportunity because when I came here, like when I was younger, I always wanted to have something, you know, go to school and get something. I don't know if it's because the African way of life, we believe that education is everything, that without a good education you don't get anywhere. It's a good thing, but since the world is evolving, there are some people who agree to that and there are some people who do not agree to that, which is okay. But for me, that I decided it's gonna be so many challenges because I have to take care of my children and I have to do so many things, but at the same time I wanted to be in a position to say that this is what I did, even for my children, even from the upcoming generations who are gonna come after us, because I know 100 years from here there will be someone in the family line who will be like, they want to know about their grandparents, who the first people who to come here, where they came from, you know, their origin, you know, to set that pace. So that's why. And of course, here in the US there are so many jobs that you can do, but you still have I wouldn't say a better chance because it's 50-50, but education is good. Education is something that is very, 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 very vital, and that's why I encourage you guys to fill out the green card. Fill out the green card. Don't get discouraged, because when you come to this side, there are so many opportunities. Actually, the sky is the limit. I was talking to this person who just came in, and I'm expecting to have an interview with him. He told me that this is like, you know, the first he called me. Oh my gosh, I was so excited about it because he called me and he's here with his family, and he's so excited. And the first thing that he told me is that this is so different, you know. He was like, it's something that he had never imagined, which is very true, guys. when you come to live here in the US, like, it's, oh my goodness, it's different. You have to learn so many things that you like. It's it's a God-given chance. I call it a God-given chance because it takes the hand of God for me to be here, and for me and my family to be here right now. For those people who know me like personally, even when I was younger and everything, it took the hand of God, like God fights for you until, and they have that promise for you that you will get it, guys. So, I'm here, and thank you for watching my video. That video that I did about the photo, I've got a lot of feedback on that video, which is very good, and people are still asking about that photo. There was this person who said that they have been applying for 10 years, and right now I can't read the names because trying to multitask here, but he said that he's been applying for 10 years and he knew that he was using the wrong photo. So what I can say is that information is the key. So go watch that video. That video is from that website, travel.state.gov. It's not my information, guys. So I just like to kind of try to break it down for you because sometimes we don't read. And when I have that opportunity to break it down for you, then it's I think it's a good thing. There was also this other person who was talking about the passport. Like I said, there is no passport that is going to be used when you are going to do your first application. But after you win your DV lot, and there is no money to pay, you don't have to pay anybody to fill out the application for you. Like I said, like it's there on whatever they encourage you. When they normally have like a bulletin whereby someone comes in and they say that the DV lottery is on. So when they come in, they encourage everybody to do the application for themselves, because you do not want to fall into the trap of those con people who want to fill out for you, and then after they have filled out for you, they want your money. No, you don't want to do that. You want to be safe. So that's another thing. Another thing that I want to talk about is about the family. It might look that like I am going back, but I want to go back to make sure that you guys get it. Because even after talking about the DV lottery last year and walking you guys through and all that, there were still some people who were having that difficulty of filling out for themselves, and others wanted other people to fill out themselves because they felt like they don't have any luck. No, just do it for yourself. Do it for yourself so that you can have that confirmation number and keep it safe. Because when you win your DV lottery, let me tell you guys, when you win your DV lottery, you do not want to hear someone asking you for extra money, because what lies ahead, it's a lot, because you will spend a lot of money to process it. Even if you are an individual, you spend a lot of money to process the DV lottery. It's no joke, guys. So do it for yourself. I'm gonna be here walking you through how to do it. I'll keep up with everything, and it's good. I can still have enough time to concentrate on the YouTube channel, because when you go to nursing school, it's very, very difficult to go to work, because you have clinicals that run for so many hours. You have a workload. Oh my goodness, let me tell you guys, you have a workload. You study until you feel like your guts are almost to come out because of the way like you're just studying. You have to review so many things, because nursing school is a little bit, it needs a lot of dedication, guys. I don't know if the other courses are like that. I know my son is taking a course. He's saying it's called microeconomics something. He's telling me that it's a very, very, very hard course. So you find that you have to put in the effort, put in the work, because if you don't put in the effort and the work and pray hard, you will not make it. So, but I'm gonna try all my best, because I know in October is when early October is when the DV lottery starts, and in September, especially for those people who are very new, they want to know more about the DV lottery. So just to touch a little bit about the family members. Please include your family members there. And I also want to talk about something else that I had talked about. You know, you get new information all the time, and I needed to talk about it very, you know, because it's important. Now, let's assume that you had a child, and you're no longer with the dad. You know, and this one I was getting from someone, and I'm just praying for them so that they can get through past that. Is that they will ask for that approval from the other parent. They will ask for the approval from the other parent that they have given you permission to immigrate with that child. Because here in the US, I normally tell you guys that paperwork is very important. So if you're there and you're single, it's very important for you to know that they may require some written documentation. Something like a court letter or an affidavit to say that your spouse, that person, the dad of that child, has given you permission to travel with that child. They may ask for that. Cases are different, guys, but always have that at the back of your mind that they may have that. So what would I do if I had a baby? And you know the African way, it's not that like you know the American way. I normally tell you that it's different, because the American way, when you have a child, you have to account for that child. It doesn't matter. Ooh, they will follow you up until you account for that child. It's not like the way, that's something that, you know, that I found that was very different when I came here in the US, is that you find that there's those men in Africa who, they want to have all these kids, but they run away. They run away from responsibility. And here I'm talking about if you're single, they run away from responsibility and they do not want to take care of those kids, or maybe you got pregnant when you were younger. So what would I do if I did not even know the whereabouts of the person who, I have some eyes there, of the person, you know, the dad to my child? What would I do? Because that will come up, guys, and you don't want to go. They are not going to deny you the visa, but they will ask you for extra documentation, because they always do if they feel like they really need extra documentation. And when it comes to children are very sensitive, guys. They are so sensitive. So what I would do is that, let's assume that I had that baby at home and the man did not claim the child, and I've been living with my parents and all that. I would have something, especially if the child is not in the bus, the guy, the dad or the mom, because it's not only men who abandon their kids. I know even there are some women who abandon their kids. It was not like that earlier, before, especially when we were growing up, but now everything has changed. You can see women, they are just abandoning their children and they just go and start new lives. So if I did not have that is my own thought, what I would do. Let's assume I don't even know the whereabouts of that person. That person was not there. They have never appeared even from the day one. Then I would have my parents vouch for me. That's what I would do. I would have my parents vouch for me that from day one, when I had that child, my parents were there, and they helped me to raise that child. That's what I would say. And of course, you cannot go and say that by word of mouth. No, you cannot. Because here in the US, guys, it's all about documentation. You must have paperwork. If you don't have paperwork to prove, and it's not paperwork that you just write it down. No, it's paperwork that has been signed in the, it's like in the court or whatever. So that is what you take with, because you want to cover up those holes, guys. You don't want to go and you have done everything else perfectly, but the only thing that you have to go back. And you know, when you go to the embassy, because I've gone there and I've seen the stress. It is so stressful, guys, to go to the American embassy, especially if you're in Africa. It's no joke. I tell you guys, when you go there, there's a place there, you know, just by the entrance, that is written prayer area, because it's no joke. Because you find that you have invested a lot of money maybe in dollars it might not be a lot, but I'm telling you, if you convert that money, especially in African money, any African currency, it's a lot. So you can imagine you're having, maybe you have kids and you have done everything right. You have gotten a host, because a host is another thing that's becoming a challenge. It's becoming a challenge because you are requiring someone to send their information to you. People don't like sharing their information. So that's still a hitch that you're gonna go through, unless but if God gives you something, they will just talk to someone, that person is gonna be able to help you. But you can face a challenge even to get a host. Earlier it was not hard because you just needed an address. Now you need their financial information. People don't like sharing that, and it's good that I tell you that so that you can know. So you've had even the host and you have everything, but when you go to the embassy, it's gonna be about that child, because you don't have anything to show that yes, the man was not there. Because if the man was not there, then maybe you don't even know what they are. It's okay, but you have to have something to show that that man was not in the life of that child. You know what I mean? But if you have, and then another thing, if you have the child's name, it's with the dad, I am gonna find out about that, and I am gonna talk to you about it. But if your child was not on the birth certificate, what I will do is that when I had the baby, who was there, who has been helping to take care of that child, I would go with them, get something from the court or from a lawyer, and the lawyer has to be a certified lawyer because it's a legal document to show that that man was not in the life of that child. Because you don't wanna, I'm not saying that they will deny you, but they will ask for that extra information. So it's very, very important for you to always think about that, because when you apply for the DV lottery, you have to include your family. But even if you are including your family, then those kids who's are being brought up by a single parent, then you have to account for. You have to look for something to account for that man or for that woman that is not there, because they will ask you for it. And if you really, really do not have it, chances of you not getting that visa are high. They are high, guys. You know, it is what it is, because this is a new area whereby documentation is very, very important. If you don't have proof of documentation, you just want word of mouth, they don't go with word of mouth. So have your papers in order. That's just something that I felt like it was important to talk about when I am this fine morning. See, it's still very early. No, but it's actually, it's 7:02 a.m. in the morning. But like I told you, the times are changing. It's still a little bit not very bright, but you find that the sun is, see, look at that beautiful sun over there. Look at that, the sun is rising. But when we go to winter, when we go to fall, because fall it starts getting colder, you find that the days are gonna be shorter and the nights are gonna be longer. I'm gonna let you know when the days change, because we are approaching fall right now. Even actually, right, this semester that I am going to, it's called the fall semester. So it was important for me to talk about that issue, about kids. So think about it. Think about it. And it's a challenge, guys, because you find that now here in the US, the system is a little bit different, because if someone, now like me where I live, if they wanted to look for me, even if it's someone, if they don't assume that I gave you my information as your host, and they want to look me up, they even know where I live. Because here, we have addresses, and that's what, and of course you have that number that, everybody has their own, especially if you have those legal papers that they will find you with, and they will know where you live. It's something called a background check. They do all that. But you find that that's something that is very, very difficult, especially in Africa, because you find that we don't have that address system, whereby you find your house has an own address, so everybody knows where they can find you. Now we go by a different system, but you find that when you go to the embassy, they are using the rules of US. They are not using the Kenyan rules. And that is why they will need paperwork to prove. So if that man is not available, then you have to have something else different to show that child is yours and the man is not involved. Sometimes you don't even have to involve your parents. I'm just, thinking, go consult someone, a lawyer, to tell you the parent is not here, and there is a probability that when I go, they will ask for the dad. Doesn't matter whether the dad's birth certificate or the mom's birth certificate is not there. The fact remains that that child had a parent. But if they have passed away, or you have been divorced legally or separated legally with the paperwork from the court, that one they are not going to ask you much. So think about that, because that's it's a sensitive topic, but it's worth to talk about it, because we have these children, and it's unfortunate. Even here, you can have a child and the man decides to abandon you. It's not a big deal. But here, there are always ways to pursue that person if you want to pursue that person. And that person will be forced to take care of his children or her children. You know, even when you're filling out anything that you need, especially when you're filling out paperwork, they will ask you if you're paying child support. Because here, you don't just abandon kids the way you want to. No, kids have to be taken care of. And that's why I'm telling you right now, I'm going to school. I can't even afford to work. Because, look at that sun, guys. It's beautiful. That sun is beautiful, guys. So, I hope that's capiche. Huh? You have to know that. So guys, thank you for everything. I hope that I've tried to exhaust the questions. Remember, no passport. Remember to include your family members. Remember the photo. The photo is a professional digital board photo. So guys, without further ado, I am going to close my video, and then I'll talk to you later. And I wish you have a good evening or a good morning wherever you are going, and pray for me, guys. Pray for me so that I can get through this semester. Thank you, and God bless you.